Hi, would you like to start off by introducing yourself, please?
Sure. My name is Dan Burrell. I'm the Recycling Program Manager here at CU for CU Recycling.
Great, and obviously you would like to live in a more sustainable lifestyle, so what would you say, just give us examples of what you do on a daily basis that help preserve energy or anything?
Lower your waste.
Thank you.
Yeah, I guess there's lots of things, and constantly changing, and as technology is improving, we're changing our behavior patterns. But things I do specifically, riding my bike to work. I own a diesel car that I run biodiesel fuel in the engine. So that runs, it's a little bit more sustainable. It's definitely not leaving a zero impact. There's still an impact there, but it's reducing that impact and taking those steps to get towards a lower footprint or impact. Recycling, is definitely a kind of a standard in what should be a standard in everyone's life. Reducing your waste, using reusable shopping bags like this guy right here. My bag's green. This thing's made out of recycled plastic bottles. So I'm kind of trying to purchase recycled content products.
Right, and so in opposition to the first question, what would you say, what factors stand in your way for change? What do you find hard to do, or in your lifestyle that you live, that makes it difficult for you to live a low impact life?
Well, it kind of does connect to that first answer to my question. I very much enjoy snowboarding, but I got to drive to the mountain to get there. So there's an hour and a half drive using fuel the whole way to get there and enjoy that mountainscape, and riding in fresh snow. Same thing with climbing. I get to the climbing spot. I can't ride my bike everywhere I want to climb. A couple places I can, but not everywhere. So that's kind of a big issue and becomes a barrier. So then what would need to happen is, there have to be some type of vehicle set up that could transport our beings to the places we want to go to enjoy the nature and enjoy, our lifestyle. So whether it's, a hybrid car, moving beyond hybrids to fully electric cars that are charged by solar panels, so that you have this full sustainable system. The panels are created, which have an impact, but once those are created, you can charge your batteries with no impact. Then you can drive your car with no emissions, and that's kind of the lower impact lifestyle that we need to kind of push forward.
With regards to students at campuses similar to CU and other campuses around the nation, living in areas that may not provide recycling bins, or they do not have the means to recycle on location where they're living, what recommendations can you give to them to recycle? How can they recycle if it's not available to them at their residence?
It's a good question. There's definitely places where there are high barriers to recycling. What I would suggest is just separating their materials out, keeping them stored at their house till they have, say, a full carload or a full truckload, and then bringing them to the Boulder County Recycling Facility over on 63rd and Arapahoe. There's a drop-off facility there where they take all the cans and bottles that you put together, sort them all out, bail them up into similar blocks like this one right here, and that gets shipped off to processors and melted down, and then turned back into cans. And you can get about 32 cans per pound. This thing's got about 30 pounds in it. It's a little bit less than that actually, but so these blocks get condensed and then transported. So these recycling facilities allow the material to be processed, reshaped at a lower cost, because of economies of scale. You have all the material brought to one place versus sending small batches. So yeah, that, the long and the short, they should definitely still recycle their material, take it. It requires a little bit extra effort. They got to sort their material and take it themselves, but at least it gets recycled at that point. There's other materials you have to do that for, like say if you have a bunch of plastic shopping bags, you can still recycle those, but it takes a little extra effort. You got to take them to the Center for Hard to Recycle Material. So there's a lot of things you can do, but it's all about how much effort you're willing to put in and the time.
You made reference to that little can thing, and I noticed there are some other props. Would you care to explain them, perhaps, or go into detail what their purpose?
Yeah, these are more just for ambiance here. But these are actually just blocks of coal here. Things that are used to make energy. Let's see those. So the idea here is, we got this coal that is used to burn to make energy for our households, our impacts, our everyday lifestyles, the lights that are on, the camera that's running to shoot me right now. But say if we recycle this, these cans, we save a bunch of energy. We don't have to go mine this raw virgin material. We don't have to pull what's called bauxite, it's the raw ore, and pull out the aluminum out of that rock, out of the earth. We can just take this aluminum that's already here, melt it down, turn it right back into cans. That saves a ton of energy, whereby saving this coal and then need to go mine this out of the earth and turn it into carbon dioxide that ends up in the air, so we end up breathing.
Okay, and sorry. Finally, the last question, do you think your personal change will contribute to a greater change?
I think yes. I believe the philosophy that one small action leads to a significant impact. So if everyone makes one small change, then that will lead to a huge change, being that there are millions of people in this world, so every action does have a huge, larger impact. Every decision we make, every breath we take, everything we eat. So, without getting too further into that, I say yes. We're all connected. This world is one creative energy, and everything you do has a connection to everyone else.
Just one quick question before we turn it off.
Yeah.
How do you think you can influence students here at CU to recycle? Because you mentioned, it depends on the amount of effort that you put in. How or what ways do you think you can influence them?
I think making people aware or connected of their waste is a big thing. A lot of times you just go and you eat something and you throw away what containers were holding that food. You don't think about it, but being connected to your waste somehow a little bit more will provide that need to show that you do need to watch your waste. You need to realize what you buy, what kind of waste it has connected to it, where that waste is getting disposed of, the energy requirements needed for that, the carbon and pollutions that may be caused as a result of what you choose to buy, eat, or drink, or where you choose to go. So I think, ultimately it's connecting people to that idea and that larger concept of we are all connected.
Could you just real quick list off the different programs that you're running now? Because I know Earth Day is coming up soon. I mean, what specific programs are you doing to influence these students?
How can students get involved?
Right,
How can they get involved? This semester we just got through Recyclemania. That's happens every spring semester, so students can help us out there. We have a lot of volunteer opportunities. We hold the Recycling X Games, a bunch of kind of silly games that get students thinking about recycling on a different level. We have the dumpster dive, the phone book shot put, recycle pong, things like that. So we gave away a bunch of closed-the-loop prizes related to that. Bags made out of recycled billboards and inner tubes, things like that, to show people that recycling does turn into valuable, practical products. So that's definitely something going on. Earth Day, there's some events here with the Environmental Center. And then there's a move out reusable items drive that goes on in the residence halls, where we capture all the reusable items that students who are moving off campus would ultimately throw away because they can't take with them, or they can't carry with them, or they have nowhere, they don't want it anymore. So we set up stations in each lobby and have students donate all their material. We collected over 10 tons of material last year that was all reusable, that would have got thrown away. We work with Habitat for Humanity, so all the benefits from those reusable items end up going towards low-income housing in Boulder. So we could definitely use some volunteer help for that. So that'll be actually the week before finals, and then the week of finals. We have patrols going out and consolidating all the material. So we could use help there. And then in the fall we have move in. When students move in, they bring lots of cardboard and styrofoam with all their appliances, TVs, and computers and things that come on campus. So there we capture over 20 tons of cardboard in under 2 weeks. And not to mention enough styrofoam to fill this room up like 3 times. So we need help with all that. Basically if students just contact the Environmental Center and let us know how they would like to help, whether it's with transportation, energy programs, or recycling programs, we can channel them to where they want to learn more.
And some contact info for that is?
Contact info for Environmental Center is ecenter@colorado.edu. For an email